There are roughly 650,000 Vietnamese laborers working in 40 countries and territories around the world, according to estimated data from the Department of Overseas Labor Management under the Ministry of Labor, Invalid and Social Affairs.
In recent years, the number of Vietnamese workers working overseas under contract has increased significantly, with nearly 153,000 people being sent to work abroad in 2019. In 2020 and 2021, due to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, the number of guest workers dropped to 78,000 and 45,000, respectively, over the years. After the COVID-19 pandemic was brought under control in 2022, the number of Vietnamese guest workers increased again, with a total of 143,000 people. Vietnamese workers are concentrated in markets such as Japan, with about 300,000, Taiwan, China, with approximately 250,000, and the Republic of Korea, with 50,000, while the remaining workers are based in European, Middle Eastern, and Malaysian markets.
Data from the General Statistics Office show that in October 2023, the whole country has more than 15.4 thousand newly established enterprises with a registered capital of $5.1 billion.
The number of registered employees was more than 131,000, an increase of 21.7% in the number of businesses, 7.4% in registered capital, and an increase of 64.3% in the number of employees compared to September. Compared to the same period last year, there was an increase of 18.5% in the number of enterprises, an increase of 17.7% in registered capital, and an increase of 71.2% in the number of employees. On average, there are about 500 new businesses established every day.
The 4 ASEAN Para Games wrapped up in Hangzhou, China on October 28th. The Vietnamese athletes won 20 medals in total.
Vietnamese athletes won 2 silver and 3 bronze medals on the last day of the 4th Asian Para Games. Nguyễn Ngọc Hiệp brought home a bronze medal in the men's 400-meter T11 athletics event. 2 other bronzes were won by the chess team. Meanwhile, chess player Nguyễn Thị Hồng won the silver medal in the women's individual rapid. Another silver went to runner Phạm Nguyễn Khánh Minh after he finished in the men's 400 T12 final event. After a week of competition, the Vietnamese delegation bagged 1 gold, 10 silver, and 9 bronze medals, ranking 22nd in the medal tally.
2 cruise ships carrying foreign visitors to Ha Long City of the northern province Quảng Ninh arrived at Hong Dae International Port on Friday.
900 tourists from Europe and the U.S. traveled to Ha Long on board the German-flagged Viking Orion ship. They are scheduled to visit the UNESCO-recognized World Natural Heritage Site of Ha Long Bay in Quảng Ninh, then the capital city Hanoi and Ninh Bình province, before coming back to the ship and leaving the port on Saturday afternoon. Meanwhile, Bahamas Silver Mill ship brought 300 European tourists to Ha Long Bay, where they will tour the famous bay and Cái Bầu Pagoda and leave the city in the evening of the same day. Also on Friday, leaders of the Provincial Department of Tourism welcomed a farm trip delegation from India. The delegation, including representatives from travel agencies, is aiming to build tours bringing Indian tourists to Quảng Ninh. For the tourist season 2023-2024, Quảng Ninh is expected to play host to some 20 international cruises.
The number of international visitors to Vietnam as of October 2023 had reached nearly 10 million, 4.2 times higher year-on-year, according to the latest report from the General Statistics Office of Vietnam.
In the first 10 months of 2023, Vietnam has surpassed the target of 8 million international tourists for the whole year by about 25%. It should be noted that the target was set by tourism authorities early in the year before China, the biggest source of foreign tourists to Vietnam in 2019, announced its reopening plan after years of stringent border lockdown. The Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism has recently sought to revise the target to 12 to 13 million as a way to accelerate the recovery and development of the country's tourism industry. Compared to 2019, the number of arrivals so far this year represents only 69% of the pre-pandemic figure.
The first pedestrian street in the northern province of Hòa Bình opened after nearly 2 months of trial operations. People and tourists gathered in Hòa Bình City Pedestrian Street to take photos, creating an exciting atmosphere. The pedestrian street is 2 kilometers long, lying along the river. After nearly a month of trial operation, the street has been warmly received. People walked and took part in entertaining activities, as well as went shopping on the street. Cultural and folk art programs were also well received by many people.